Viewers, welcome back to my channel Learn with Harini. Let's get into today's exam analysis, both shift put together for today, Jan 10th. Let's get into the video. Questions which have been asked in today's exam. So the first question, placebo effect. What does this mean? This is used in clinical research mainly. That is, you give a fake treatment or a fake medication so that the researcher with their belief system approve it to be a true treatment for their health condition. For example, if you are going to deal with stress prone people and you're going to give them any medication that is simply going to be a sugar pill or a normal salt water injection or something like that, they are going to believe it to be true. And for this fake medication and experiment, they are going to see the changes in their body, they are going to observe, and they will also believe that that particular medication has solved their medical condition. So that is placebo effect under research. Moving on to the second question. As usual, in time, speed, distance, they have asked one question and they have asked you to find the original speed. If you don't know to at least solve the sum, revise the formula so that you can just substitute the value in formula and you can derive some or the other answer closely to the given options. So try it without leaving it. Greenhouse gases. In yesterday's video, I explained about the components of greenhouse gases. I asked you to revise and go for the today's exam and you've exactly got the same question. So greenhouse gases and selling price and cost price based sum. That is for a selling price, what is the selling price? They have asked you to find the cost price of a particular item and it is sold at a profit of 25%. This is next one is CPU, RAM, ROM, and ALU. RAM, I'm just giving you the basic details so you don't miss up the question on the next examination. So RAM is a volatile memory. That is when you switch off the computer, whatever you have stored erases, that is RAM. ROM is read-only memory. It is non-volatile in nature. So RAM has types. I will just write the short form. By now, you should have known the full form of it. RAM and ROM. PROM, EPROM, EEPROM. And what is this ALU? ALU full form is Arithmetic Logic Unit. It forms as the one of the major unit in CPU. It does arithmetic and logical calculations, and CPU, central processing unit, and CPU has three units, that is the memory unit, control unit, and the ALU. These are the very basic details. Questions have been asked around this particular topic in ICT. Next one is Rio Summit. Rio Summit is also called as the UNCED. Full form, you should know. UNCED in the year 1992, it is called as the Rio Summit. It is about environmental and sustainable development and addressing the environmental issues. They frame something called as Agenda 21. All these are very important points. The next one is missing number series 6, 18, 108, 1296. The number is increasing on a higher scale, so it will be to do with multiplication. If you see 6 and then comes 18, 6 3s are 18. Here if you see 18 and 108, 18 into 6, try out the 18 tables. 18 into 6 will give you 108. So here there is into 3 and here there is into 6. So it is into 2 in between. Then moving on, how many times 108 will give you 1296? Try it out. 108 into 12 times will give you 1296. So again here it is 12 and 1296 into Here again, I'm going to put into 2. The same pattern will repeat into 24. So 1296 into 24 will give you the final answer. This is how you need to solve this particular problem. Coding and decoding usual. Logical fallacy. They have given English logical fallacy like straw man, red herring. They have given that. Moving on. Here comes the favorite part. There is Indian logical fallacy, Hetva Basa, also asked in the exam. So they have asked regarding Savya Bikara. I will discuss shortly in the next upcoming slide. Data interpretation, ratio based. Reading comprehension was easy but lengthy. Grapevine communication. Yesterday I just mentioned about this. If you have seen about this and gone in today's exam, you would have easily cracked today's question on grapevine communication. It's an informal communication. Just an example. If you are visiting in education in classroom, you have a separate friends group where you discuss on things. That particular friends group is an informal way of communicating with each other, gossips or sharing of information, that is grapevine communication. List of commissions, match the following under higher education. This also we will see shortly. Noise pollution, parameters have been asked. We made an exclusive session video on this particular parameters. If you had seen that session, you could have easily scored on this particular question. Moving on. Soil horizon. They are asking the same question again and again. Yesterday, I spoke on this topic. Earthworms. In which layer will the earthworms be present in the soil? In the top soil, earthworms will be present. This is the answer. Teaching aptitude theories. There are many theories we've studied earlier. They have asked one such theory. Moods and figures I explained yesterday. Ancient university, they are asking repetitively. So on ancient university, certain important details we'll just have a run through. Noise pollution parameter, I've just repeated it, so ignore this. So here comes the major details I want to discuss. Savya Bikara Hetva Basa. So the middle term, I'll just mute here. So the middle term is not uniformly related to the major term. In Savya Bikara fallacy, middle term. So here middle term is Hetu in Indian logic, minor term is Paksha and major term is Sadhya. For example, all birds can fly, hen is a bird, therefore hen can fly. Here, middle term is not uniformly related, that is Savya Bikara fallacy. Next one. Noise pollution parameters. So the noise pollution parameters, I will revise once again. This is daytime and this is nighttime limit. Decibel, it is measured by decibel. For industry, this is the limit. For residential areas, for commercial, for silent zone. So this is the annoyance rate, that is the average. They calculate the average of the noise pollution. This is denoted by this in the daytime, in the nighttime, and the annoyance rate of the excessive noise pollution. In factory, the maximum decibel can be 110 and thunder 120. Volcanic eruption is the maximum highest 190. This is based on the noise pollution rules 2000. Moving on. The Higher Education Commission, the most favorite part. I just want to give a quick run through because they are asking the chronological order based on the years and the committee. Important committees I've listed. So Radhakrishnan Committee 1948. It is also called as the University Education Commission. The other name for it is also very important. Read this. Kothari Commission 1964 to 66. National. It is also called as the National Education Commission. Udaliyar Commission 1952, it is called as the Secondary Education Commission. NEP, National Education Policy, started in 1968, and then National Policy on Education was 1986. And this one is National Education Policy 2020. After every 20 years. This is very important. Moving on, in shift 2, data interpretation was ratio based, and Yashpal and Hansa Mehta committee, they have asked the chronological order. Hansa Mehta committee, you need to know that they focused on the women's education. It was appointed, this committee was started in the year 1962 by the National Council for Women's Education. And Yashpal committee report was 2009. So this will precede and this will come later based on the order they had asked in the exam. Difference between peak and background noise level. Peak noise level is the maximum sound intensity, the high decibel, right? High decibel. Like for example, in previous slide, we saw volcanic eruption is 190. This is highest, that is the peak. Whereas the background noise level, in background noise, it is the constant noise that is happening. Constant, for example, the speed of the fan which is running in your room or when you're working, that's the constant noise. That is the background noise level. Coding was alphanumerical. Blood relation problem had come in today's shift 2 exam. Pollutants in air quality index, yet again very important. What are the pollutants? PM, particulate matter 2.4, PM10, nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide is NO2. Carbon monoxide, that is CO. Sulfur dioxide, SO2. Ozone, O3. Lot of questions have been asked regarding this pollutants and pollution topic under people development and environment. Regarding the air quality index, let's see. I just want to have a run through about the next important detail. Air quality index is measured through numbers from the range 0 to 500. 0 means cleanest of air, 500 is worst air quality. So 0 to 50 is good. These are the parameters given, you need to know. 51 to 100 is satisfactory. 101 to 200 is moderate. 201 to 300 is poor air quality index. 301 to 400 very poor. We've already done video on the same. I'm just having a run through with you all. Severe bad air quality index. So these are the details. Moving on. First women university in India, very interesting question. It's the SNDT Women's University, and it was founding year was 1916. It is for the women empowerment. The university was started to give preference to women candidates to promote women's education. And his SNDT full form is Srimati Nadibai Damodar. You need to know this. In 1936, its first headquarters was in Bombay. Memory level order in ICT, they had given the cache memory CPU registers. So memory level CPU and then registers. We've done lot of videos on the same. Main memory, magnetic disk, magnetic tape. So main CPU, cache memory. After CPU, there is register and then cache memory. This is the order. So here, if you see from top to bottom, there is increase in capacity and access time. And the cost increases from down to top, the cost increases. And then memory level teaching. Memory level teaching was given by John F. Herbert. After autonomous development, memory level comes into place. It's about memorization. These are the key important points: cramming, rote learning. Next question is sampling error. Sampling error means type 1 error in hypothesis. Type 1 error means there is alpha error. That is H naught, null hypothesis is rejected even when it is true. And the next one is type 2 error, beta error. When a researcher is failing to reject the null hypothesis. So this is called as false positive, the alpha error. Beta error is called as the false negative. These are certain important points. So that's all for today's video. Let's have a look on tomorrow's exam analysis. Do prepare well, keep preparing. See the exam analysis because repetitive questions are being asked. All the very best.